welcome back to the Tegiwa YouTube channel. Fresh off the back of our GR Yaris exhaust test, today we're doing an intake test. So we've got 7 different filters here today, ranging from open ones, closed ones. We've got Sprint, Eventuri, HKS, MST, ITG, Airtec, Gruppen as well, and we've got a Civex all-wheel drive diff controller as well that we're going to use on the dyno, so we can put it in burnout mode and take some figures. What do you think is going to perform well today, Matt?
Well, on the road, I think that the enclosed ones are going to be good. We've got the Eventuri and the Sprint, which we've already seen from other Yaris owners, giving really good gains. So keen to see what they do, but depends what you want, really, doesn't it? If you want the noise, then you can't beat an open filter, can you?
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting because people go for intake. Like, there's a few reasons, isn't there? Sound, the visual appeal, and also the performance. So there's 3 different factors there, and they start from £400 up to 1,300, I think. So there's a few different options there. So we're going to start unboxing some, do some data logs on the standard filter, and jump right in. So let's get on with it.
So the GR Yaris, as we all know, is a 4-wheel drive car, but they are notoriously hard to dyno in 4-wheel drive mode. So unfortunately, here we only have a 2-wheel drive dyno. So to make it a 2-wheel drive Yaris, we've got this Civex powertrain control unit here. This is a quick install into the boot, and it enables the rear diff to uncouple when we pull the handbrake. So we can just dyno it just with the front wheels on to make it super simple and super reliable. So we're going to chuck that on, get the standard car on the rollers now and see what it's making. Right, this is my GR Yaris, and here is a standard airbox. So first of all, just a quick disclaimer, you might notice this box in the corner. It's a DT UK Stage 1 tuning box. It is going to be disconnected for all of these because I know that most people won't run something like this. So we do have this blanking connector that's just basically bypassing that box and letting it all run as it was standard. So just ran it up with this standard airbox in place. It's around 277 horsepower, which is great. So that means that it does have an ITG panel filter in here, and the GPF delete from the exhaust test, I kept that on the car. So 20 horsepower over claimed, which I'm really happy with. So some of the airboxes that we have today finish here, which is just at the end of this flexi pipe here, and some of them go all the way to the turbo elbow, which is going to make things a bit toasty for me, but that's okay. And so the standard airbox has a little feed here that just comes from this little vent in the grille. The standard one though, if you look underneath it, it's got holes in it. So some of the air path's a complicated thing, but some of the air, as far as I can see, that comes in here can just go straight out again. So a lot of the airboxes that we've got have a dedicated feed that fills this sort of void here, and hopefully should provide some good gains. So the MAF housing on this, we've got not too much of a lead up to it in a straight, but we'll pop the airbox lid off in a second and have a look. Afterwards we've got a nice straight pipe here. So what's important is that we get a similar sort of effect on the other airboxes for this to work as it was originally intended. It's okay to have it on a bend, it's okay to have it wherever you like, as long as it's sort of kept consistent, because you can calibrate your, the standard, manufacturers will calibrate their standard map to suit this in a particular orientation or direction. So we'll see. I think this is going to be the biggest effect, how we can make sure, how we can get the air smoothly past this and keep it repeatable. So right, so let's have a look at the under the airbox lid. So as mentioned, I do have an ITG panel filter in this. So as we can see, there's not an awful lot there before the before the MAF, so air's just going to be not the straightest, but again, Toyota have calibrated it to that, so we should be okay. And as I say, a lot when we were doing on the unboxing, especially the eventuri, they've done a lot of CFD, a lot of their own testing, so expecting that to work really well.
Okay, so the next one is the Airtec system. This retails at £599, just a little smidge over, I think. This is an enclosed system. We were going to unbox it, but there is no box, so we're going to unplastic it. Comes in two different pieces, so let's unpack it.
Done.
Okay, so just unplasticed it, and yeah, got a couple of silicone joiners here, hard pipes, nice finish on this, nice Airtec logo, and nice gel Airtec sticker on the front of the intake.
Yeah, we've got some instructions with it. Something that's interesting, I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make. We saw on the MST how long the MAF housing pipe was on this. It's quite short, so whether it hooks up additionally to that, whether some turbulence will happen, I don't know what effect it's going to have. It'd be interesting to see.
No air freshener again though?
No. No, they've really set the bar there, didn't they?
I mean,
set the bar high.
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to get that with the...
I'm going to be disappointed for the rest of this video, to be honest, after.
Yeah.
Well done, honesty.
Right, Airtec has been dyno tested. Fitting wise, it's not quite as nice to fit as the MST. Similar sort of thing with the pipe around the back. The pipe does bolt on, which is a nicer idea at the back before the turbo elbow. But we've got a fair few bits where it just sort of like
a bit wobbly, isn't it?
Clips in rather than bolts in, so you could just pick the whole thing up if you wanted. I'd prefer a bolt-in solution like the MST, but overall, stable state, still made good power, didn't it?
Yeah, so this made 289.3 horsepower with 275.9 foot-pounds of torque. So it is the best so far, but it's also, 130 quid more expensive than the MST we've just tested. So
if you're super precious about getting an enclosed one, then you can fit that and certainly not lose anything. It does still sound good, it's difficult to justify the MST right now, isn't it?
Probably didn't sound as loud as the MST either, but that's probably because it's enclosed. But Airtec do an open one as well. We're not testing it today, but that is an option if, that's probably going to be cheaper as well. So yeah, on to the next one.